Tonight's headlines: suspicious movements by Iraqi warplanes. Blitz calls Iraqi missile concession significant. U.S. says not good enough. The last moments of the Columbia crew captured on tape. Also tonight, the FDA says the label should warn you that the diet supplement ephedra could kill you. A Friday consumer alert about a credit card offer you should refuse. And couples called to serve. Military mothers and fathers leave their children behind for war duty in the Persian Gulf.
This is the CBS Evening News with Dan Rather reporting from CBS News headquarters in New York.
Good evening. There are increasing indications tonight Saddam Hussein may be playing a two-pronged strategy to try to save his regime and himself. The Iraqi dictator is still trying to head off, or at the very least delay, the U.S.-led momentum toward war. But there are growing signs that if war seems unavoidable, Saddam might try a first-strike offensive by aiming a deadly blow against U.S. forces massing for invasion. CBS News national security correspondent David Martin has been tracking those signs and putting two and two together. Here's how it adds up.
3 times in the past week, Iraqi MiGs have violated the no-fly zone by flying deeper and deeper into southern Iraq. In one case, going all the way to Saudi Arabia and actually into Saudi airspace. American aircraft tracked the MiGs but never got in range to fire a shot. The Pentagon is not sure what the Iraqis are up to, but one explanation is that they are probing American defenses as part of an effort to launch a preemptive attack with chemical or biological weapons before a war starts. In his briefing at the UN, Secretary of State Powell showed video of an Iraqi jet dispensing a spray which he said was simulated anthrax. Powell also said Iraq has built spray tanks that could be mounted on unmanned aircraft. In recent weeks, U.S. intelligence has detected signs the Iraqis may be trying to position those aircraft within range of the more than 100,000 American troops in Kuwait. Iraq has already tried to move surface-to-surface missile launchers in range of both Kuwait and Turkey, where American troops could soon be arriving in large numbers. But U.S. jets attacked the launchers as soon as they were spotted. Until now, Saddam Hussein appeared to be repeating the same mistake he made in the first Gulf War, doing nothing to interfere with the steady buildup of U.S. forces. Today, it was troops from the 101st Airborne Division boarding planes bound for Kuwait. Saddam knows his best chance for survival is to avoid war. But if that doesn't work, he may try to sneak in the first shot. David Martin, CBS News, the Pentagon.
Now to Saddam Hussein's latest bid to avoid war. The Iraqis now say that starting tomorrow they will comply with UN orders to destroy those prohibited Al-Samud short and medium-range missiles. That drew quick praise today from some quarters, but as John Roberts reports from the White House, President Bush is having none of it.
The White House today dismissed Iraq's promise to destroy its prohibited Al-Samud missiles. Not enough, declared officials. It's nothing more than another tactic of deception.
That's the problem with Saddam Hussein. Every time he's under pressure, he tries to relieve the pressure by disarming just a touch, just a little, playing the game, playing the deception.
Saddam is in a lose-lose position with the White House. If he hangs on to his missiles, it's defiance. If he destroys them, it's deception. But the Iraqi pledge drew a much more favorable response from Chief Weapons Inspector Hans Blix.
It's a very big chunk of things. I mean, there are very many of these missiles, so it is a very significant piece of real disarmament.
That pronouncement is bound to complicate negotiations at the Security Council on a new resolution authorizing force against Iraq. The French foreign minister said today the destruction of the Al-Samuds confirms that inspectors are getting results. And today, Russia's foreign minister, in contrast to what the White House said were positive statements from Vladimir Putin yesterday, threatened to veto the U.S. resolution if necessary in the interests of international stability. But the White House is unflinching in its schedule for military action. It will press ahead with negotiations on a new resolution next week. Then shortly after Hans Blix's formal report to the Security Council on March 7th, sometime between March 10th and 14th, the U.S. will call for a vote authorizing war.
The U.S. and Britain are urging their Security Council colleagues to not be duped by a, quote, show of Iraq destroying a few missiles this weekend. And British sources say that behind closed doors, they have been providing new intelligence to council members that shows Iraq continues to manufacture poison gas and conceal weapons. But so far, none of the big holdouts appears to be convinced. Dan?
John Roberts reporting live from the White House. Inside Iraq today, UN weapons inspectors pressed ahead with what the White House considers a hopeless and increasingly useless task. CBS's Mark Phillips has that part of the story from Baghdad.
Even as it seems doomed, there is a lot of frenetic 11th-hour activity here to try to show the inspection process is actually producing what the UN is now calling real disarmament, and not just of the Al-Samud missiles. The Iraqis are trying to convince the UN that they have already destroyed their chemical and biological weapons program by burying it here at Al-Aziziyah, southeast of Baghdad. The UN's chief inspector, Dmitry Perikos, has flown in to try to verify whether these rusting shells and other unearthed fragments really do account for all of the massive illegal weapons program Iraq is known to have had. Similarly, the announced destruction of the Al-Samuds to begin tomorrow will be a detailed and painstaking process. There is a long laundry list of what has to go. The missiles and their warhead, whether deployed, assembled, or not. The fuel. The SA-2 rocket engines the Iraqis have imported. The guidance systems. The components needed to modify those engines. The launch and control vehicles. And all the equipment, components, plans, and software used to develop the missile. It's a destruction process that could take months, if the Iraqis had months. The defensive sandbag positions beginning to appear around town are just another sign of the general view here that no matter what the Iraqis do, no matter what weapons programs they dismantle, no matter what happens at the UN, war is coming. Mark Phillips, CBS News, Baghdad.
In this country, it is now almost certain the U.S. Supreme Court will wind up deciding whether reciting the Pledge of Allegiance in public schools violates the Constitution. A federal appeals court in San Francisco today refused to reconsider its much criticized ruling that the pledge violates separation of church and state because of the phrase, under God. Federal health officials today announced a campaign to crack down on ephedra, the widely used herbal stimulant that critics say can be a killer. CBS medical correspondent Elizabeth Caledon reports what the government is and is not doing about ephedra.
Secretary of Health and Human Services Tommy Thompson today made his personal feelings about ephedra products clear.
I am not going to take it. I recommend to my family not to take it. I would recommend to you not to take it.
And flanked by FDA Commissioner Mark McClellan, the government announced plans for tough new warnings against the dietary supplement linked to thousands of health problems and most recently, the death of Baltimore Orioles pitcher Steve Betchner.
FDA has heightened concerns that ephedra poses a significant and unreasonable risk.
Today's announcement was spurred by a new independent study of ephedra concluding ephedra offers only modest short-term weight loss, no evidence of improved athletic performance, and significant health risks.
Ephedra is associated with a 2 or 3 times higher risk of nausea, vomiting, heart pounding.
It's not enough evidence for the outright ban many have been calling for, but enough to warrant a new warning label mentioning the potential for heart attack and death. A ban will be difficult to come by.
The mountain of data that is needed to totally ban something is huge.
In the meantime, the billion-dollar ephedra industry is digging in a fight for its life.
They're not banning ephedra, and that people who need it for weight loss are still going to have access to these products.
The debate over ephedra has raged on for years, but has certainly reached a fever pitch. The government now making it perfectly clear a ban is its goal. Dan?
Elizabeth Caledon, thanks. The head of NASA today contradicted other officials of the space agency. Sean O'Keefe said he rejects the idea that nothing could have been done to save the Columbia crew if engineers knew ahead of time the shuttle was in trouble. Also today, NASA released videotape recovered from the wreckage. CBS's Bob Orr reports it was shot by the crew just minutes before the disaster.
As the 13-minute tape begins.
And don't forget about the stuff on page 3-44. So we're checking out. We got the flight control tower on. We're working through the rest of it as well. Thanks.
Columbia is 500,000 feet above the Pacific, west of Hawaii. The astronauts are routinely preparing for landing. Mission specialist Kalpana Chawla is running down the re-entry checklist.
So we have 10 minutes to get gloves on. Laurel, do you need help? I think I'm almost. Okay. After you get yours, then I'll get mine.
As astronaut Laurel Clark takes the video camera from pilot Willie McCool, Commander Rick Husband tells the crew Columbia is closing in on the Earth's atmosphere.
2 minutes to enter airplace.
There is no sign of concern. Chavla waves to the camera. Clark beams an exaggerated smile. Outside, there's a spectacular light show as super hot gases flash like lightning.
That's going pretty good now. Don, it's really neat. It's a bright orange yellow out over the nose, all around the nose. What do you start seeing the swirl patterns at your, like left or right windows? Wow. Looks like a blast furnace. This is amazing. It's really getting really bright out there. Yep. Yeah, you definitely don't want to be outside now.
The astronauts are enjoying the ride, heading for home, clearly unaware that the same hot gases are about to destroy the orbiter.
Oh, I can see you in your mirror.
Not yet?
Yeah, now I can.
I can see your camera. Okay.
Okay, stop playing.
Less than a minute later, the tape ends. And just 12 minutes after that, Columbia and its crew of 7 are gone. Bob Orr, CBS News, Washington.
Next on the CBS Evening News, Eye on America, a medical revolution in a jar. And that's just for openers in the new world of genetic treatment of illness.
Still scratching that itchy scalp? Scratching isn't healthy for it. Maximum Strength Scalpicin promotes a healthier scalp. It stops itching, stops scratching. Not a shampoo, Maximum Strength Scalpicin is a clear, odorless liquid with the itch medicine doctors recommend. Plus scalp nourishing aloe. Promote a healthier scalp with Scalpicin.
Wish your dentures were this comfortable? Bob's denture adhesive is C-Bond.
Bought it for hold, love it for comfort.
Only C-Bond clings wall to wall with 3 strong adhesives in a thin velvet soft wafer. No gaps, no ooze. C-Bond, buy it for hold.
Love it for comfort.
Yes, doctor. I have your colon polyp test results. Dan, you're fine.
Help stay that way with new Caltrate Colon Health. A clinical trial suggests Caltrate may reduce the risk of recurrent colon polyps. Don't wait. Take new Caltrate Colon Health.
So, you want to open a checking account?
Yes, but I don't want to pay for it.
Right. And you want online banking?
Right, if it's free.
And unlimited online bill paying?
I don't want to have to pay for that either.
No. So you want total security protection on your check card, free?
Look, I just don't think I should have to pay for any of it.
Neither do we.
Free checking plus with direct deposit from Bank of America. Higher standards.
$50 can I get a 55? Oh, give me 55, come on, I'll give you 55. I got a 125, give me 125. Come on, I'll give you 125. I need a 125.
I've always talked fast and loved antiques. Then I got sick and I had to go on chemo. Doctor told me I might become anemic, maybe feel weak, but it slowed me right down. For the first time in 30 years, I was too tired to work.
Time to go, Charlie.
I had to get my strength back. I asked my doctor about Procrit.
Procrit is for chemotherapy-related anemia in patients with most kinds of cancer. If you're on chemo and too tired to do the things you used to do, talk to your doctor about Procrit. Procrit helps rebuild red blood cells, and more red blood cells can mean more strength.
It's good to see you, Charlie.
Good to be back.
Procrit is proven and safe. In studies, only diarrhea and edema occurred more often with Procrit than placebo.
Okay, folks. Let's go.
Call now and learn how Procrit can help you get back the strength you need. Your strength for living.
Yep, I got 2 speeds. Fast and faster.
50 years ago today, scientists discovered the genetic code of life, DNA. Now, genetic medicine is becoming very personal, with mixed results. As CBS's Wyatt Andrews reports in tonight's Eye on America, it is a growing field still in its infancy.
Baby Allison Upchurch suffers a rare and potentially fatal genetic disorder. She's healthy now and can be treated, but what's remarkable is how her mother Donna found out.
This is the test.
Acting strictly on a whim, Donna used a do-it-yourself gene test and the post office.
You let the blood dry and stick it in an envelope and
and mail it off.
You mailed it off?
Mailed it off.
You mailed off a gene test?
Yes.
Marty Schiff is collecting DNA from his cheek, also for an at-home test. It's for the disorder hemochromatosis, which can cause the body to store lethal amounts of iron. His results will come directly to him, not to his doctor or his insurance company.
I'm in control. I don't have to get a doctor's permission to get the genetic test. And you do it, and you send it back, and they let you know whether you have a problem or not.
This is the era of personalized genetics. The DNA test on baby Allison, done by the Neogen company, screens infants for 50 diseases in 2 days. Ever since the unraveling of the human genetic code, DNA products have hit the market fast.
Breast cancer runs in my family.
This TV ad promotes a potentially life-saving test for the BRCA gene, the gene that can signal a high risk for breast or ovarian cancer.
Be ready against cancer now.
While this product, sold in department stores, is a face cream tailored to a customer's DNA.
What we do is we take a sample of their DNA, and it's simply a buccal swab inside the cheek with a sterile Q-tip.
You were giving people customized formula based on DNA information?
That's right.
But the most unusual at-home test could be this one.
We determined that that person was 83% African.
The DNA Print Genomics company sells an ancestry kit.
Here, you swab your cheek, you mail this in, and the company will tell you your racial heritage. Do you mean to say that people don't know what race they are?
Actually, I think that's a little more common than you might imagine. We're more mixed than we think.
For anyone worried about putting genetic secrets in the mail, Donna Upchurch has a ready answer.
I'm just fortunate enough to catch it at an early age that it saved her life.
Her baby is a glimpse of the future, a future when the medical destiny written in our genetic code is deciphered and comes by mail. I'm Wyatt Andrews for Eye on America.
Stay with us now for an investigative Friday consumer alert. Want a new credit card? Not this one, you don't.
If you have diabetes, you've probably handled thousands of test strips. But no more, thanks to the AccuCheck Compact Meter. Just drop in a drum containing 17 test strips. Press the button and you're ready. 17 consecutive tests and no handling strips. What could be clearer? The AccuCheck Compact Meter. Look for the one with the drum.
Even if you brush your dentures every day, you're missing something. Brushing can miss odor-causing food particles trapped in crevices. Polydent with more polyvescent power scrubs out what brushing misses. Polydent every day for better odor control.
What? Oh, come on. Struggling to keep your grass green? Maybe it's time you got a fertilizer that works at every level. Introducing Bayer Advanced Triple Action Lawn Fertilizer. It works at every level, the grass, the roots, plus it fortifies the soil for a thicker, deep-down green that lasts, guaranteed. Bayer Advanced, better thinking, better results. Available at Lowe's Home Improvement Warehouse and other fine retailers.
Introducing a new overnight laxative, Freelax. These have stimulants that can disturb your system and cause cramps.
Freelax is different.
It's stimulant-free and cramp-free. It's new, different, it's Freelax.
It works overnight and no cramps. Freelax.
For 2 out of 3 adults with high cholesterol, diet and exercise may not lower it enough. But adding Lipitor can lower your total cholesterol 29 to 45%. Lipitor is not for everyone, including people with liver disease or possible liver problems, and women who are nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant. Simple blood tests are needed to check for liver problems. Tell your doctor about other medications you are taking, or if you experience muscle pain or weakness, as they may be a sign of serious side effects. So take the next step. Ask your doctor if Lipitor is right for you.
When you're accountable to no one and you control as much oil as he does, it's easy to hide millions. How many billions? 60 Minutes Sunday.
You know the pitch. You've been pre-approved for a credit card. And some such offers are legitimate. But as hundreds of thousands of mostly low-income Americans have learned the hard way, other similar-sounding offers are pure scams. Mika Brzezinski has CBS's Friday Consumer Alert.
Maybe I should show you the card.
Louise Seawright thought she'd never qualify for a platinum credit card, but a postcard in the mail said she'd been pre-approved for a $4,000 credit limit.
A stupid little postcard.
So she called the 800 number and got a line like this.
We are pleased to welcome you as a new platinum credit card holder, and if you have any...
Sheila Vivas read this script to people like Louise, but quit the job when she realized the pitch was a scam.
Thank you, and use your credit wisely.
It would have been wiser to just hang up, but like thousands of others, Louise gave them her bank account number and paid a $200 activation fee.
They had my bank account number, you might as well say they had my money.
It was very deceptive.
LaShannon Bailey says she also worked the phones in the scheme.
What would they say?
Yes, you're getting a visa with $4,000 credit limit, it's unsecured.
Would they ever get a credit card?
They didn't.
Ever?
Ever.
What customers do get is this platinum card, but it's not a credit card at all. The card comes with this catalog, which is full of overpriced trinkets. Customers can only use the card to buy these products. That is, if they put cash down first. In other words, the card is pretty much good for nothing. A lawsuit filed last month accuses this man, Ricardo Martinez, and 3 others of running the scam under many names. LaShannon worked the day shift in this Florida office alongside 100 others who were each to bring in 6 bank account numbers a day, which the company would use over and over again, charging people like Louise for all sorts of phony services.
Hartford Auto Club.
Like this Auto Club membership. Trouble was,
I didn't have a car. There was no one here but me, my 8 plants, and 6 fish. And they don't drive.
Martinez wouldn't come out of his gated mansion, but the gates soon may be closing on him when he is sentenced for mail fraud in another scam. Mika Brzezinski, CBS News, Miami.
The Southeast took the brunt today of the latest ice and sleet storm. In North Carolina, hundreds of thousands of homes and businesses lost power, including the power company's own headquarters. Big rig trucks were no match for glazed roads and fallen trees. This rig spilled its load of empty beer bottles. We'll have more CBS News in a moment.
Serenity Dry Active Liners from Tena, designed to fit your style.
This is an amazing age.
This is an amazing age.
We learn something new every day.
You're living in the age of Fosamax, when it's actually possible to help reverse bone loss and strengthen bone. Fosamax Once Weekly is a hormone-free tablet for postmenopausal women at risk for or with osteoporosis. Fosamax is clinically proven to help reverse bone loss. Increases in bone mass were seen as early as 3 months. You should not use Fosamax if you have certain disorders of the esophagus, are unable to stand or sit upright for 30 minutes, have severe kidney disease, or low blood calcium. Before use, talk to your doctor if you have stomach or digestive problems. Stop taking Fosamax and tell your doctor if you develop new or worsening heartburn, difficult or painful swallowing, or chest pain, because these may be signs of serious upper digestive problems.
1 pill a week. 1 pill a week can help reverse bone loss.
Ask your doctor if Fosamax Once Weekly is right for you. This is the age of Fosamax.
This is an amazing age.
Helping reverse bone loss.
There's a place that I travel when I want to roam, and nobody knows it but me. The roads don't go there, and the signs stay home, and nobody knows it but me. It's far, far away, and way, way afar. It's over the moon and the sea. And wherever you're going, that's wherever you are. And nobody knows it but me. The powerful Chevy Tahoe, like a rock.
Are you troubled by creditors? You're pre-approved. I guarantee it.
Go from fat to flat.
You've won a dream vacation.
Want to see my webcam?
Want a better way to block junk email?
Everybody loves baklava. Crispier, flakier crust.
Switch to new MSN 8.
Sign up now and get tougher junk email protection, plus 2 months free. It's better with the Butterfly. Go to try.msn.com.
The scorching pain of heartburn. The difference you feel only with Gaviscon. It quickly forms a soothing protective barrier that helps keep acid down for hours. For the relief you need, feel the soothing power.
Coming up on News Channel 5 at 6, they were told they were going, but today it became official. The 101st Airborne was deployed. A live report at 6.
Many American families enjoy traveling together. Camping out can be fun too. And as CBS's Jim Axelrod reports, when mom and dad are both in the Army, they can even make the best of life in the desert of Kuwait.
30 miles from Iraq, Army captain and MASH nurse Ruth Lerg lives in the bullseye and considers herself lucky.
Yeah, watch it bigger.
So does Army captain and chopper pilot Brian Lerg, husband and wife, stationed just 45 minutes apart in the Kuwaiti desert.
We're actually pretty lucky given the situation. Everyone else is away from their family completely.
But luck has a limit, and the limit has a name.
Take advantage of that as
Owen.
well.
Who's got a picture of him?
I've got one right here.
Good dad.
That's right. Good dad. Got 2 of them.
Pictures, even those kept close to the heart, are small comfort. While the Lergs are deployed, Owen will live with his grandparents in Des Moines.
The captains Lerg are not alone. There are nearly 35,000 dual military couples with children. And while the Pentagon says it doesn't know exactly how many are deployed here, it seems safe to say that Operation Enduring Freedom means enduring separation from the moments and the milestones.
Birthday to you. Okay, no.
Like last week, when the Lergs missed Owen's 2nd birthday, CBS News arranged for them to watch some home video.
Oh, yay! That's so good, that's so good.
But videotape only goes so far, especially for 2 soldiers who live with risk, danger, and tragic possibility.
I think positively, and that's kind of what keeps me going every day, is that I will see that little face again.
Until then, Ruth Lerg is keeping a journal for herself and her boy.
His name is in that journal a lot, so hopefully he'll know that I was thinking about him and that I didn't forget him even though he's halfway around the world.
Halfway around the world, but never too far from his parents' thoughts.
There's a lot of hard sacrifices right now, but I know in the future that we can look back and be proud of what we did.
And proud someday to tell their boy what mom and dad did for their country together. Jim Axelrod, CBS News, Kuwait.
And that's part of our world tonight. Bob Schief will be along Sunday morning with Face the Nation. Later tonight, 48 Hours investigates.
She was a beautiful young bride with an important job in the coroner's office. When Kristen's husband suddenly died, it looked like suicide. But there were secrets and clues.
He didn't do it.
Was it murder? 48 Hours investigates tonight.
For the CBS Evening News, Dan Rather reporting from New York. Thank you for joining us this week. Meet you right back here on Monday. Good night.
For news 24 hours a day, go to cbsnews.com. AOL keyword CBS News.
This is CBS.
From your news and information leader, this is News Channel 5 at 6. On assignment with the 101st.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. Foggy weather has led to delays in deployment from Fort Campbell.
But by tomorrow,